Hello, everybody. Today, I am super excited to have with me a client, David. And David, we're going to just talk a little bit about what coaching with me has been like. So I really appreciate you making some time for me. So let's just dive right in. Can you tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is David Duncan. I'm a marketing consultant. I live in Atlanta, Georgia, but I'm originally from Toronto. And Ben and I have been working together for approximately the last 6 months.
All right. And prior to us working together, was coaching on your radar? And what were you kind of thinking about coaching prior to that?
No, it was not on my radar, but not because I was hostile to it. It was just never what I considered to be a possibility for myself. And it was only after getting stuck into some fundamental issues that I opened my mind to the possibility of introducing coaching into my life.
All right. And let's talk about some of the what were some of the challenges that you were facing, and how have you been able to address them and overcome some of them in our work together?
Well, at the time that you and I met up, I was thinking, hey, I'm 55 and I don't like where my life is going on some fundamentally important aspects of my life. The first aspect was health, overweight, underexercised, engaging in bad habits, not good. The second was career. I felt stuck, wasn't enjoying what I was doing the way I used to enjoy what I was doing. And I kind of felt like at 55, maybe my best days are behind me. And finally, relationships. I was feeling like at this stage of my life, they're perhaps more superficial than I would like them to be, and I would like to have more fulfilling and deeper relationships with people.
All right, understood. And what were some of the key shifts and outcomes that you created?
Well, the first thing, and this is going to sound like motherhood, but I'm actually doing something. And for me, that's important because if I hadn't started, I'd be here 6 months down the road having done nothing. And having just done something is way more important than it even sounds, at least to me. The second thing is that I've um, I've dropped 25 pounds. So that for me is visible evidence of um, actually applying a lot of the motivation and guidance that you had given me. So that feels good, but actually, it shows and it makes me feel good about that. The third thing is, and these are your words, but I'm working on developing my growth mindset or having a growth mindset, which is to say that there are things that are possible for me that I might have denied myself in the past. And that there are things that I can have, there are changes that can be made, there are positive things that I can go out and make happen for myself. And that required a shift in the way I think. And I'm doing that. I am much better to myself. I was hard on myself in life. I would deny myself things. Even coaching, coaching, one of the things you talked about in the early days was coaching is an investment in yourself, which I loved that perspective because, in life you'll invest in a lot of things and you'll expect a return. But isn't yourself the most important investment you could possibly make? I asked myself. I said, absolutely. Tell me more. And then finally, I'm able to dial down the anxiety in my life to the extent that that crazy little voice that we all have in our brains that drives us nuts with telling us what we can't do and is super negative and super cynical and super jaded and all of that kind of thing. I'm able to, through exercises that Ben had provided, dial the volume on that voice down and sometimes even turn it off, which is super helpful in living daily life.
All right, that's beautiful. I want to acknowledge you for showing up and doing the work and making some great strides there, and I've seen transformation in you. So who would you recommend work with me?
Anyone who is feeling stuck or feeling like they need a change in their life, or even people who feel okay but want to upgrade and go to the next level. I would absolutely recommend working with a coach, and I would recommend them working with you beyond the coach, just coaching itself, I should say, because I find you to be a very empathetic person, a really good listener. You're firm when you need to be. You'll call people on their BS in the nicest possible way. And you're outcome focused. This isn't just an indulgent weekly therapy session. This is all about, we're doing this so that things can change and be different and be better.
All right. I love it. And I appreciate the kind words and you making some time for me today. So David, just want to acknowledge you again for the progress that you've made in this work and for showing up and also for helping other folks with this interview. Really appreciate your time and thank you.
Thank you. And one final word I'll say is that what was one of the very motivating things that you said to me or made me believe is it's never too late. Don't give up and make the most of what you've got. And for me, I probably did sort of fall into the, well, you know, can I change at this stage of my life? And the answer is a resounding yes. So it's a gift. Thank you.
All right. My pleasure. And I appreciate that. All right. Well, I look forward to connecting with you soon, David.
Okay. Thank you.